So now that Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart is coming out really soon, I'll be sharing a share of my experience about this game and why you should be playing it if you haven't already. I'm trying to expand my content that mostly feels similar as time goes on to a wider audience, and Ratchet and Clank comes to mind as I remembered how much of a gem it was, especially since I held off from playing it until last year. Now to be honest, I kinda regretted not playing this earlier as it is one of the best games I've actually experienced on the PS4. Ratchet and Clank has a lot going for, and it is no wonder it is labeled as a PlayStation hit. However, I know some part of the Ratchet and Clank fan community dislike the game's story since it is entirely different from the original. I haven't played any previous installment of Ratchet and Clank yet, so I can't voice out my opinion on it. But from a first-timer perspective on this game's story, from playing this version of the game, I feel that it is actually pretty decent. But do you know what's the best thing about this game besides everything else? It is definitely the combat and gameplay, and especially the optimization of this game. If you picked up a copy of Ratchet and Clank for the PS4, and especially if this is your first time, you will be surprised at how your PS4 machine can handle so much going on the screen. I have hardly experienced any lag while playing, especially during intensive and crazy moments, with explosions going on everywhere, so many particles on the screen and crazy effects happening non-stop. It is a wonder how my previous PlayStation Slim can handle this beast of a game, and it only made things even more enjoyable as I did not feel that I'm held back by a weaker console. And I believe this is the best thing about this game, as it shows how crazily optimized this game actually is, and it doesn't hold back anyone's experience regardless of your console version. Now of course, back to the combat of the game, it is breathtaking and enjoyable as it is the main star of the game. If you like chaos, this is the game for you. Even if you don't enjoy the story yourself, the combat will definitely hook you in, especially if you haven't played a Ratchet and Clank game before. So if you ask me, is the game worth buying right now in 2021? Honestly, it is a no-brainer, especially since the game is usually on sale. It is hard for me to recommend for you to miss this one out, especially if platformers like Crash Bandicoot is your sort of thing, just with a little bit more action to it. Rift Apart is also coming out for the PS5 really soon, so if you're planning to play that, if you have a PS5, definitely try this one first. So that's all I have to say about Ratchet and Clank. I know it's a really quick one, but I try not to speak too much about it as I feel the experience is better if you go on in firsthand without knowing too much of the game. Now onto the quick update part of this channel. I want to apologize for the lack of videos recently, as there's nothing really much to talk about in terms of Crash Bandicoot at the moment, as I felt that I did most of the tips and tricks that I'm able to do anyway, which is why I'm slowly expanding to a wider variation of games that is not too far off from the Crash Bandicoot genre, and Ratchet and Clank definitely comes to my mind. Oh, and the Summer Game Fest and E3 is happening really soon, so I have my fingers crossed that we will have at least a Crash Bandicoot announcement. It could either be a Wumpa League announcement or Crash in Smash, who knows, or maybe a new Crash Bandicoot project that we had no idea about. I plan to livestream the event together with you guys here on YouTube, so stay tuned for the announcement and join the fun if you are able to. In the meantime, do leave a comment down below on whether you'll be playing Ratchet and Clank or not, or maybe you've already played the PS4 version of it. It'll be really fun to read and reply to your comments. Honestly, I'm really excited for E3 and the Summer Game Fest, so I hope to see you there. And while you're still here, do watch these videos on the screen right now if you enjoyed this video just as much as I did in making them. This is the Viperian signing off, thanks for watching, and as always, stay awesome.